everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a game that's submitted by Sam from the Gamer Twins. Here we go. It starts with E4 and then D6. This isn't a very good move because you want to put your pawn to control the center, because now white can control the center, the four most important squares. You want to control these four squares with all of your pieces, but instead of that, Sam goes F3. This isn't a very good move because you don't want to block in where your knights are wanted to be developed. Black, principled, develops a knight, and then Sam develops a bishop, but you always want to develop your knights first. Although this, you could move it out, but you don't want to develop your knight before you move your bishop out, because then the bishop is blocked. Black goes E6, which blocks in the bishop, so it's not the best move, but it couldn't go to any of these squares anyways, so it's fine. Then white goes D3. It's a fine move, but you would like to develop your knights. Black goes B6, which isn't very good because the only reason you would want to do this move is to fianchetto your bishop, which you don't really want to do when there's this huge pawn wall blocking it. Sam goes knight H3, which is fine. It's a good move, developing the knight, although you would want to develop it to E2 because that's a better place to put a knight. Then black goes A6, which isn't a very good move because if you take it, now the knight is on the corner of the board, which isn't as good as being to the center of the board, because the center, it controls more squares. Sam jumps his knight into the center, which is fine, but now it can be kicked around by pawns, and then it would need to go back or back. But instead of that, black goes G5, which again kicks it out. So, of course, you go back or back. This one would be better, even though you could have done that on the first move. So, of course, you go back. Or you sacrifice your knight. This isn't a very good move, because now you lose a knight for 2 pawns, and this isn't very good unless you have a good attack. So, black, of course, takes the knight. Or attacks it from a place that you could already take it. This doesn't make any sense. So Sam takes the queen, which is much better value than the knight, and then the king takes back. So now, of course, Sam should develop a knight, develop a bishop, take the pawn, castle, but instead of that, he goes queen to D2. Now it's threatening this pawn, but you could have already taken it and also put pressure on this knight. It's fine. And then black goes back to where they were before. Now, this isn't very good, because now you've just weakened your knight again. It's not very good. It's just not good. Sam goes C3, which again blocks in your knight. And it doesn't want to go to here. This is its only square, and it doesn't want to go here because it's at the edge of the board. And it has less squares to go. Black attacks the bishop. So you just move back, right? You know? You could also take this free pawn, but either works. What? You take the pawn? You didn't even take the right pawn. You took this one instead of this one. That was not a very good move, so of course you take back. So, takes. Good. And now you should castle or develop a knight and attack the bishop. But this genius move, you take this pawn, which is a free pawn, but you also attack the knight and the bishop. This is incredible. An incredible move. So if they protect the knight, now you take the bishop and also threaten this trapped rook. So this is what happens. White is threatening this attack, and black goes here. This attacks a pawn, but you can go here and win a rook, but instead of that, Sam goes F4, which is not a very good move. And then black goes knight to H5, which is on the edge of the board, and it also hangs a rook, or you could take the knight. Instead of either of those options, this one would be better. White goes rook to F1, which I don't know. Maybe he was trying to like castle except with his rook, but you want to move your king to here, and then that would be better for the king. You know, you would be safe. And this side is, the queen side is really weak, so you would be out in the open. This is better to move over here, to castle over here. And this just hangs a pawn, so there's like no point in that. It just hangs a pawn. And black, seeing that these two moves were both on the same side of the board, they take the pawn. And then white can either take the knight or again win the rook. Finally, Sam wins the e5. You blocked off where your queen could take the knight. Although this is fine, you can still win the rook. It's okay, it's fine. So black goes, takes. And then white takes back. White goes, takes. And then black attacks the bishop. Sam goes here with check, which is incredible because now it blocks. You can take the rook, and the only move is to go back and take the knight with a check, and then you can move the bishop up. That's what's happening. And of course, you take the rook and then take the knight. E6. This is not good because now you lose the bishop. Black goes knight to f6, which attacks the queen. The pawn can just take, and a knight is worth more than a pawn, so it would be a good trade. Or you could go check here and mate. Now you couldn't do that in this position because there was no pawn here to protect the king's escape. But now there is. Queen goes to g5. Black can't take the bishop anymore because of the queen, but you just had mate. Anyways, black attacks the queen, but this isn't a good move because it just hangs a pawn. So white takes, and then black takes the pawn. It's fine. Bishop's still protected, it's all good. Then Sam goes and gives a check. This is fine. Of course, black blocks. And this really cool move, you can sacrifice the rook, and if you take, you go check, and you win all of the pieces. Only 4 bishop. Or you could also move bishop here and pin the knight to the king. Instead of any of that, Sam goes rook to g1. This move makes absolutely no sense. No clue why he did that. It's fine. Oh my. It's up points. It's getting close. Black's only down 5 points. And then, after he moves his king up, he's losing. Because now, he takes a rook, and now it's 3 pieces for a queen. A rook and 2 other pieces is worth 6 plus 5, which is 11. And a queen is worth 9 points. So, the 3 pieces is worth more than the queen. Now, Sam, not knowing what to do, pushes a pawn. No point to this move, it's just wrong. And then black attacks his pawn, which does not make any sense at all. And Sam pushes his pawn. This is a terrible move, because now his queen is trapped. Has no move. So, now if the rook just slides up here, he loses his queen. And that's what happened. Pushed the pawn and lost his queen. Now, since your queen is trapped and it has no moves, it has 2 things that it can take, and it should take either of these. It should take the rook, because 5 minus 3 is 2, so that means the rook is more than the knight. But instead of that, he loses his queen for absolutely nothing. So it goes take. And Sam, again, not knowing what to do, pushes a pawn. This just hangs the pawn. He doesn't know what to do. Then he develops. Now, you could take here, and it would just be trading. And you should always trade when you're up material, and then you can get a queen. But instead of that, you can also do this, check, and then wherever Sam moves here, then it's check, and you win the knight because the bishop protects the rook. Surprisingly, black finds it. Just check, and then Sam moves his king out of the way. And of course, move the other rook. Not doing anything. I mean, you're attacking a free pawn. That you could just win a knight. It's fine. Sam moves his rook, and now it's mate in 5. This is really hard to find, so I'm not surprised that black didn't find it. And he goes knight to e5. Now you probably should move your knights to where they can be taken for free by pawns. It's mate in 7, but what kind of 500 will find mate in 7? Black, running low on time, takes the knight. Then Sam slides his king over to the side, and black runs out of time. This was an epic game. Subscribe to the Gamer Twins, link in the description. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.